What is going on, everybody? It's Tyler back here with another video from the 4 Wide Racing Series. Want to apologize. I know I've missed a couple, but we're gonna get back into it here. We're at Talladega, a track anybody can win. You might notice we have a new paint scheme here in the Bass Pro Car, and we are starting in the back. That was a complete strategy with my teammates. We wanted to be back here. We were laying way off. Didn't really want to be up in this pack, try to avoid that big one when it happens. So green flag comes out here. I have two of my teammates already lined up here on the outside in the 33 of Tyler Werner and the 99 of Roman Long. Austin got a shitty draw, and he's starting way up there in positions in front of us. But he's already in the outside lane, so he's going to let some guys jump to the inside as we try to get all hooked up here so we can ride around. We see him. He's up there on the high side, running our version of the Corey LaJoie scheme with his face on the car. So you're not going to miss that all race. But the leaders were definitely dicey. We knew something was going to happen. We just didn't know when. As we're going to skip ahead here, as we finally all get lined up coming down. This is right around lap number 5 where we finally all get lined up, and you'll see here coming off, we are laying way back. Nothing else around us. We have one guy who's kind of running with us, and you might say we weren't lined up, but we were trying to do that. We were trying to stay way back, and you saw there coming off turn 3, that was our 5-car group running way in the back. But, this is lap 5 of 94, and these guys are up here running 3 wide. And, the truck race went pretty well. Cup cars are definitely a lot looser. So we didn't know what was going to happen. We were definitely getting a little anxious. It was a long green flag run to start this race. We almost thought we made a bad strategy here, but this pack started on pit road. You got the Golden State Racing cars, Zishan, Aaron Tribble, and then you got Nick Kessler, whose teammate unfortunately had internet connection issues. Brody, he disconnected right before the race, but you see the 10 and the 86, they just get together and they go up and they hook the 01, and they were running significantly further back than we were. We were in turn 2 when that caution came out. That's going to be the first caution there. That's lap 20. Jumping ahead here, this is going to be the restart on lap number 24. We all came down, put some fresh tires and fuel in it, and we're going to be restarting right around P15 here. You see Roman's in position right in front of me. So we're going to try to get in line with him. You got Tyler back there, 2 cars behind Roman on the inside, and Austin 2 cars behind me on the outside. And we're going to try to look to get all lined back up again, but this time in the run, we wanted to keep better touch with the pack, so that way if we did have another green flag run, we could make moves if we had to. We knew in the back of our heads that wasn't going to be the only caution, but you had to play it like it was and not really put yourself in a situation where you weren't able to pounce if you needed to. So that's why we're staying a lot closer here. You see Austin and Tyler, they already found each other on the inside. I'm still right behind Roman. But, we're still not pushing. We're still not looking to go all the way to the front and lead this pack, because it's a lot harder to stay up front, and a lot of the times that wreck's going to happen right around top 5 with somebody just getting a bad bump trying to go too hard. And so we definitely don't want to be up there. You see, we got a lot of fast guys back here with us with Forrest Wynn. Aaron's running back here with us. Connor Trafari's back here. 16 Matt Roberts. Bobby Jones is back here. But skipping ahead here, lap number 28, we're going to hop on board here and just kind of show you. We weren't in the throttle this whole time. We were cracking it a lot, not trying to get too close. I wanted to see what was going on up in front of me. We're running right in P22 here. We got Zishan. He kept trying to jump out and trying to get me to go up there with him because we worked really well together in the truck race. And I think he was expecting me to go up there, but I'm lined up with my teammates here. We're in a straight up line. So we don't want to make any bold moves yet. Coming off of 4, we have smoke going. We have a wreck. We check up, and that's what we were waiting for. We were in a perfect spot. We stayed back and avoided it for the most part. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here. As you see, the 24, I believe, is pushing the 17. As Dylan Vandenberg pushing Donnell Williams, and just a little bit of a bad bump. He got loose, came up, and everybody misses it except the heat-seeking missile himself, Roman. I love you to death, buddy, but I mean, you always find them. You find them all the time, so it's unfortunate there. He's gonna have to use his fast repair. That was a pretty good lick, and I know that caused a lot of damage to him. Um, so that's one of the four big fast racing cars that's going to be out of their fast repair early in the race. But skipping ahead, this is going to be the lap 31 restart, and I was getting antsy. I wanted to race. You see the 82 in front of us didn't get a good start, so we're going to go and we're going to look right up into the high side. We were a little more spaced out on this restart. You see I got Austin down there with me, and Tyler's catching up behind him. But I didn't want to lose the lead pack. I wanted to just be the last four cars in this lead pack running in a line, so that way if something was going with a green flag run, we could go straight up and take our lane and just try to push our way to the front and bully our way up there. But this is the first time that I'm really trying to dabble in running with the pack at this race, and I'm still running around some quick guys in the back of this pack. Our points leader Holtzer's up there in the 88 with his teammate in the 83 of Chris Massey, and these are guys that we run around a lot, so I was definitely in a very comfortable spot being right around here. Not much that I wanted to do other than this, and we're going to skip ahead here. This is lap number 34. You see some smoke. That's from a blinker up front. We're still running down here on the low side. We have the 86 Aaron. He's now right behind us, and those GSR guys, you look on the hood and you see GSR, they're quick as super speedways. These guys just find their way through the lines, as evidenced from Zishan in the truck race here. But still comfortable just riding around, not trying to do too much. Got Win up there in front of Bobby Jones, right in front of us, and we kind of lost our teammates a little bit. We got a couple cars in between us, but they're still in touch with the pack here. They're all running back to back to back. Two or three cars right behind us. They're still waiting. I'm just an anxious driver. It's something that I like to do. But coming down the front straightaway, you see the 10 and the 4 car. They make contact. They are gonna get into a wreck. Everybody's doing a great job. Matt Roberts just gets a piece, and Roman heat-seeking missile. He missed that one. But this is gonna be coming down onto pit road. This was a big one. You see on the top of your screen, 2 cars stayed out, and then there was me and one more. 2 more stayed out behind me, and that's going to line Roman right up behind me in 5th. I'm going to be in 3rd. Coming to the restart here, this is lap number 38. I have Lawton Slogger in front of us, and I just like calling him by his last name because that's an absolutely sick last name. I'm coming up here. I give him a little bit of a bump. I say, let's go, buddy, and he jumps it. He got the cue. We weren't talking to each other. I was in a Discord with Roman, Tyler, and Austin, just talking our strategy through this race, and luckily Lawton Slogger knew what that meant. That meant let's jump it, and I'm going to clear up into P2, and we kind of break the pack up a little bit here, and that's not really what you want to do at the super speedways, but I just wanted to get some room, get up here, push somebody, and get as far up in this inside line as I could. But you see the 88s, he's coming up on the outside. You got Roman now. He's got Jonathan Warren, the 78. Finally a new paint scheme. He's going to be pushing Roman, and Roman's got some guys hooked up here on the outside. You got the 78. He's been dominating the races that he's in. Would be a lot higher in the points if he started from the beginning in the league, but then you got the next guy, the 88 there. He's pushing the 43 right behind the 78, and these guys have a lot of speed coming around this outside. And unfortunately, that's going to clear a gap. Roman drops down in front of us. I didn't have time to get up in front of him. I wasn't trying to cut his nose off. But coming down the back straightaway, we give a bump to the 13. He gets a little loose. The 78 gets a bump for the 43, gets loose, and everybody's wrecking. And there we go. We're going to spin her around, and my immediate reaction is just to start downshifting and try to get the car slowed down to try to keep it out of that outside wall. And unfortunately, that blew my motor. So we use our fast repair here, but this is the big one. This is definitely the big one. We wanted to avoid this. You see Austin just gets a little piece of it. The 33 car up there at the top of the screen, he's able to back it down, but a lot of guys are caught up in this, and this is why we were running in the back. This is what we were trying to miss, and unfortunately, we didn't miss it, and neither did Roman. So you see, he's that car up there right in front of me with the entire front end ripped off of it because he did already use his fast repair, and it's just poor luck. You know, there's no way you think that that's gonna happen. You see the front of the field, and once you get up there, you know it's strategy's out the window. You don't really care at that point anymore. You get tunnel vision and want to go. And unfortunately, it bit both of us. But we're definitely going to be racing a lot more cautious here as we restart on lap number 43. Um, we're running behind Roman. We don't really want to be back up in the pack yet. You know, like I said, it's lap 43 of a 90 lap race. We are not even halfway, and two of our team cars don't have fast repair, and one of them has a lot of damage. So, talking to Roman in the team chat, and I was like, "Hey man, you're losing a lot of RPMs. You got to get up behind somebody." He thankfully just kind of pulled out of my way and dropped to the back of this little mini pack that we're running here. But yeah, still got some fast guys here with us. We're pushing Connor Trafari here, and we're going to try to get lined back up with our teammates as Austin's 3 wide on the high side. I'm going to go look in the middle and try to get up in front of him, but he jumps back down, and that's going to go back down to a 2-lane race here as I believe Tyler, since he missed that wreck, I believe he's running up in this lead pack. So our only teammates back here are that 11 and the 99, and you see Warren, he's not having it at this point either. He sees they're getting racy up in front of him, so he backs out of it. And yeah, I'm still tunnel vision a little bit, but definitely nervous at this point. I could just kind of picture me getting wrecked out of this race, and I knew it was coming at some point. I was trying to be cautious but careless at the same time. I tell myself I was trying to be cautious, but I know I was driving very carelessly trying to get back up to the front because, you know, I got Holter behind me. I got Connor Trafari, who's great on super speedways, in front of me. And I see that 33 Milwaukee car down there on the low side, and I'm just trying to get working back with him. And, you know, I'm definitely getting really aggressive here, trying to get back up to the front. And, yeah, I don't know what I was doing, you know. I can't really explain my thought process here. I really wish I was thinking a little more clearly, but you know they were racing 3 wide. I jumped back down low to get back with the teammate. The 25 car's thinking about following me down there. He does. There's a gap, so we're running kind of single file now. It's kind of evening out, which makes me a lot more comfortable with it. But these guys up in front of us, they're racy. They want to go, and they want to go now. As you see, the 11 cars starting to catch back up to us. Skipping ahead here to lap number 50, these guys got back to 2 wide. They were running 3 wide at one point. I see the 13 just bobbing and weaving. I tell Holter, I'm like, hey, dude, I'm getting out of this pack. I don't want to be here anymore. It's not worth it to me. I don't want to damage this car. I want to be there at the end of one of these races that I feel I actually could win. Because, I mean, the strategy we had to work together this race and just watching cars slowly get picked off one by one, I knew I had a lot of speed, and I knew if I just kept this car clean that I was going to have a shot here at the end. But as you can see, I didn't drop out of the pack too well. I go all the way to the back, and luckily, by the grace of God, I just barely caught the draft off of Matt Roberts in front of me, and I'm going to suck right up to his bumper here. Just slowly reeling him back in. He's running with the 78, and we're gonna get with him and try to run around here in the back just a little longer. You know, lap 50 at 94. That's just past halfway. It's still a little too early to total this machine, and I was just content at this point. Matt had a little bit of damage from one of those earlier wrecks, so we were a little bit off the pace. I probably should have been in front of him and having him push me, but you know, I like running with Matt, so I'm perfectly okay running back there with him. So, skipping ahead here, we're going to skip ahead 10 more laps. This is lap number 60. The 55 was trying to go. He was trying to get the 88 behind him to jump out, trying to get that outside lane pulled up so he could get a run, but he just couldn't, and he's going to drop back down going through the tri-oval. And the 88 car just was under him, and there was nothing that he could do. He couldn't lift quick enough, and those two are going to get collected. And luckily, that's going to catch us back up to the back of the pack because I was getting a little nervous. You know, laps were winding down, and we had that 20 lap green flag run. So right around lap 70, I wanted to be back up here. This is the restart on lap number 64. We are in P10. We got Jonathan Warren in front of us, Brandon Banks behind us, and Brandon, I don't know if you watch these videos, but I was loving that car. That car just meshed well together. It looked really good. So I don't know if you made that paint scheme or somebody made it for you, but I really like that car. Um, but yeah, P10, you see we got teammates running up front here. You got Tyler Werner in the 33 leading the outside lane. Austin's down there on the bottom. They're trying to get hooked back up. And the 33 car just had another rocket right behind him in that 56 car. I didn't know it at this point, but later on in the race, that 56 car, he could push. And he could push well. He could take you 4 or 5 spots, just you and him on the outside of this inside lane. But lined up here on the outside, we have the 33, and then you have the 56 Dylan Browning, the 43 or Ricky Rosner, and then me in the 8, and then Brandon Banks is going to hop up behind us. So, we have a pretty decent lineup here. A lot of the more powerful guys are still running the back. Somebody told the 43 here he was blinking. I don't think it was me. It might have been me, but he's going to pull to the high side. I appreciated that move. I didn't really want to run behind a guy who was blinking, so he's just going to drop to the back of the pack and hope his internet settles out. So that now leaves 4 cars running up here in the high line. I'm trying to get to the bumper of that 56 car, trying to go back up to the outside here and see if we can't make something work. Trying to get hooked back up with that triple or that double 3 there, and try to get Austin up here in front of us or either behind us. Just trying to get back in our strategy and get back lined up here. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to kind of stall out. Not much was going on. Skipping ahead here, this is lap number 68. And this is where the 56 car, this is where I found out how good of a pusher he really was. The 18 got shuffled out of that pack. He went a lap down here. But running P5 at the line, we have that 56 car behind us. Tyler was able to get a good enough push from him to jump down in front of that bottom lane. And don't underestimate those two right behind Tyler, the 86 and the 25, Aaron and Connor. Those guys, like I said, the GSR cars, they're just mad quick on super speedways. But this just shows you how good of a pusher, and props to Dylan Browning. This was just an amazing push here. He was shoving me all the way around the track. He was ready to go, and he wanted to be back up there. And to be making moves like this with only us two with that whole entire inside line lined up, no help behind him. He's pushing me all the way to the outside. We are coming through the tri-oval. I am just trying so hard to get this bonus point because I still think I'm going to get wrecked. Tyler beats me to the line. What an asshole. I wanted to lead that lap, but unfortunately we didn't. Skipping ahead here, this is going to be lap 74 coming to lap 75. The 56 car finally, realized we can't go up there with no help from behind. The 86, he's going to shuffle himself out as the 43 and the 11 get together. The 81 becomes a NASA space shuttle and takes off into orbit. Somebody comes back up and just smacks the field. Big wreck there. Let's take a look and see what happened. The 1143 were just going for the same piece of real estate, and the 81 got pinched in the wall. And Austin just could not get it slowed down. Comes up and collects Austin Walker and Craig Lautenslager. So now that's going to be the 3rd driver on our team who has to use a faster pair. This is the race off pit road, and this was a big one here. You see me and Werner were coming off back to back, and we are back up in the top 5 here. I believe only the 25 car stayed out on this this caution. So Aaron comes out first, starting P2. The 56 is P3. I'm P4, and Tyler Werner's P5 as we get the green flag. And I know that 86 wants to get behind his teammate in the 25. I'm just waiting for them to make the move. I have Tyler right in front of me, and I am ready to push him all the way to the front. We are just starting to grind him out here. This is definitely getting down into crunch time here on lap 78. About 15, 16 to go in the regulated or in the scheduled distance. You see the 56, he jumps up there in front of the 86. He gets a huge run to the outside. The 25 is trying to make it work. Werner's not really pushing him because I'm not really pushing Werner. This bottom lane's starting to stall out. But Tyler's going to jump up behind James Holzer there on the outside. I wasn't ready to go all the way up there. The 16 is going to fill that gap, and I'm still running here on the bottom. And coming down into turn 1 and 2 here on lap number 79. The 86 is getting pushed by Holzer. The 25 is trying to clear his teammate. He does. He jumps up. The 56 wants to stay in line. Holzer sees that move. He jumps down behind me, and he is just pushing the absolute dog shit out of me down this back straightaway. It is. I had my hands full. I was getting some white knuckles, and Holzer's going to push me all the way there. As you see, some guys are getting up into the wall there in that third lane. Holzer's just trying. He wants to win this race, and you see some contact behind us. 78 goes around, 25 goes around, gets into the 23, and that brings the caution out here with a couple laps to go in the race. Let's take a look from the 33's perspective as he's now in the outside lane. They shuffle the 56 car completely out of here. He's hooked up with the two GSR boys. Connor drops down. Aaron doesn't want to leave the 33 hanging out. The 33 is still door-to-door with the 56 here, who goes to the bottom, and you just see, I don't know how he missed this. He just completely missed that. The 94 comes up, Cuban Missile Crisis, and the 33, wow, I've never seen somebody with a four-leaf clover, but that's going to be it right there if I ever saw one. So coming to the restart, you had Tyler starting P4, Austin's in P6. I'm in the lead. I get the leader's choice. Let's take a look and hear what I have to say here.
James, I'm taking outside here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, as soon as those guys told me in the team chat that they were 4th and 6th, I made the veteran move and picked up my teammates. And we're going to try to jump it here real early, but Holzer wasn't having it. He's going to stay right next to the 33 car. And at this point, I'm panicking. Lap 83, the restart. I just want somebody to get behind me that I can trust. And nothing against Holzer, but I knew he would jump me on that tri-oval on the last lap if it came to it. As you see, he's going to try to make a move as the 33 got in front of him. The 11's going to go with him, trying to get back up around that 56 to get in line with us. And we are just shaking at this point, About 9 to go at the restart, or my fault, 10 to go at the restart. We had our 3 cars up here, and we were ready to go. We really wish the 99 didn't have as much damage so he could stay up here with us. But unfortunately, he's not. So you see, coming to the line here for lap number 85, got Tyler right behind us. Austin's going to be the 4th car in line. He's going to try to look to the outside, and this is where his just, I don't know where he got these skills. It's just absolutely ridiculous, but he makes people think he's going one way and then just cuts back down to the bottom just like you see there and leaves them out to dry. So now 1, 2, 3, we have the 8, we have the 33 and the 11. I have 2 of my teammates right behind me, and we are going batshit crazy here in the team chat. We couldn't believe it. We're running up front. A lot of the fast cars have damage or are out of the race, and right now I'm looking behind us. I see the 88 and the 25. They're still pretty clean at this point. I think they both just used their fast repair, and they are really the 2 that I'm the most afraid of because I know Holzer can make moves and really is good at drafting, and the 25 is too. If the 88 got up behind the 25, there was 100% chance that they were going to be able to get up here and challenge us for the win. Still some other really great racers up here in this lead pack, as you saw. You had the 13 of Craig Lautenslager. My fault. Craig Lautenslager. Sorry, Craig. The 16 of Matt Roberts. Donnell Williams is, as I'm talking about it, somebody got turned, and that's going to be the points later of James Holzer who got turned. Let's take a look and see what happens. Going into the corner, the 25 just got to that left rear, and that'll hook you 10 times out of 10. Unfortunately, the 18 of Duran, he got involved. 17 Donnell got involved. But coming to the restart here, this is the restart on lap number 89, and you're going to see how our strategy plays out here. You see Austin lagging way back. He's staying right next to that fourth place car. I'm going just a smidge early, and that's going to let the 33 drop right in line, and we're going to stay 1, 2, 3 here coming into turn number 1 as they're already wrecking, and this was just music to my ears at this point. I was excited, but let's take a look and see what happened here on the restart. You see the 82, she just got a bad bump, and Debbie got down into Ricky. That's going to take out the 13 and the 18 again, and Gillis just nowhere to go, gets involved in it. But like I was saying, that was exactly what I wanted. We're trying the same strategy here on this green-white checkered, and we're going to stay on board this whole time. The 56 kind of knew what we were doing. I jumped it a little early before Austin was ready, and unfortunately that almost messed us up. We were trying to get Roman in line with us here too, and with no front bumper on the car, he just has no power. But the 56, he's quick. You see Austin jumps up there to throw a block on him. And the whole time, Tyler Werner did not come off my ass. He was just shoving me around this whole track, and I don't think I've ever grabbed a steering wheel in my life quite as hard as I did this green-white checkered, especially this part right here. We're just trying to get around to the white flag. Austin's covering that high lane. He tells me he was throwing a block. You're not slick, buddy. I know you were trying to go for the win. I'm just messing with you. Nah, he was covering that run from the 56 car, who was trying to push him. I think Austin may have been just dragging him just a little bit, trying to slow him up. The 56 gets back in line before the 11 can get back down, but this is the white flag lap. This is for all the marbles. You see Tyler. I thought Holzer was pushing the dog shit out of me earlier in the race. This guy was shoving me. I was just breaking the wheel back and forth. We got a little bit messed up there. The 56 looks inside. He has no room to go. And the 94 car, he is just going to make a move out of nowhere. He gets a huge run coming off of turn 4. I was wishing it was Daytona because I wanted to see the start-finish line right about here. But, you got to go all the way through the dog leg. The 33 gets moved out of the way by the 56. He's going to get a run. The 94 hits the 33, and we got it, baby. We got that W. First win. Really wish we had the team chat recording here because I was going nuts. We all were. This was just a huge team effort, a huge team win. Thank you to the 33 Tyler Werner, the 11 Austin Reedy, and Roman wasn't up there with us in the end, but he worked with us a lot of this race. So we took a team pick, and I told these guys, I was like, you guys are burning this down with me. We're doing a team burnout. Just don't hit my car, whatever you do. And me and Roman, we're going to do a quick little high five, so much for not hitting my car. But, wow, I'm just at a loss for words. I don't think I can explain how emotional I was after this race. You guys might not understand it, but this league, we're a very tight-knit group. We have 90-something members in this race, and we're pulling about 30 drivers a race. And, it's very competitive, more competitive than the online racing. So this is probably the biggest win for me as I'm just going to burn it down. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the official results and the standings, and I'll catch you guys next week.